Cool, right? You want me to share what's not cool about this. Behind the 40 seconds that you just heard is 2 years of something that you haven't yet. That 2 years of not cool is the old and inescapable 8-letter word practice. Because the extract that I just played you is part of a piece that took me 2 years to prepare and will take many more to perfect. Allow me to illustrate. Imagine this, you've just come out of a sports store with a brand new cricket kit on your shoulder and the zeal to grow up and play for the Indian national team someday. With gusto, you join an academy and start attending sessions. But by the end of the month, you are utterly and absolutely drained out by the rigor. And what you realize is that your dream, while really cool, is really hard to achieve. You start despising the very sight of the cricket pitch and the kit, and you can't see how you are ever going to become the cricketer that you aspired to be. You realize that dreaming is one thing and achieving entirely another. Well, in my 12 years of learning and playing the violin, if there's one thing that I've learned, is that there is no escaping the sweat, that is practice. But here's the thing, practice isn't just about repeating something 1,000 times. In my understanding, there are 3 pillars to practice: discipline, sacrifice, and motivation. Discipline. It's about showing up, even when you don't want to. Be it summer or winter, hot or cold, sitting down every single day to persevere towards your goal, that's called discipline. It doesn't matter whether you want to do it or not. You must do it. It's a truth universally acknowledged that in order to master something completely, you've got to practice it for at least 10,000 hours. It's true, and it requires discipline. Tons of it. Sacrifice. You want to get something, you've got to give something. I started playing the violin when I was roughly 6.5 years old. And while other kids my age would be outside playing, I'd be cooped up in my room hours after hours practicing, sometimes 6 hours a day. Yet today, when I look back, those few frivolous hours that I lost are trumped by the art I have gained. So, what did we see about practice? It requires A, discipline, and B, sacrifice. Now moving on to the third and final pillar of practice, motivation. You either motivate yourself or somebody else does it for you. But either way, what one always needs is a goal, an inescapable goal, something to look at and be like, 10 years from now, that's where I want to be. Moreover, it helps if you visualize it. For example, if you want to score high 90s in your board exams, it's perhaps not a very bad idea to write it down on pieces of paper and stick it all around you so that it becomes inescapable. Moreover, it helps if you visualize it, assign an image to it, write it in the present tense, assign a big fat number to it so that, in a sense, you manifest it. So, practice with these 3 pillars, discipline, sacrifice, and motivation, is therefore essential to achieving any goal. You don't just study for one day before an exam and expect to become the state topper, do you? I mean, some do, and I salute them. But I digress. Okay, let me show you something. this extract that I just played is part of a piece called The Flight of the Bumblebee. Like the name suggests, it's supposed to sound like the buzzing of a bee, which means you have to play it extremely fast. Speeds like those warrant a different level of hard work. Like, some days I would collapse in exasperation over the sheer impossibility of the feat. In the 10 seconds that I just played you, I played around 100 notes, which comes down to 10 to 11 notes per second, with 13 notes being the world record. Yet, when I started out, I could get no further than 5 to 6 notes per second. That uphill task seemed daunting at times, and at times impossible. Yet, today, in hindsight, when I look back, it seems much easier than it was then. But that is what practice sounds like. Because practice has the power to turn the impossible into reality. You remember the tale of the cricketer I told you in the beginning? Yeah, well, with a dream like that, you've got to pour your blood, sweat, tears, everything into achieving that goal. And some days you might see no hope, you might see no point in going on. But falling, then getting back up and keeping on fighting, that's what counts. And when you do achieve your goals, you'll know that it wouldn't have been possible without the discipline to show up every day, the sacrifice of everything standing in your way, and the motivation to dream on and achieve your goals. So, we do what we do best. We practice. We persevere. And you know what comes next? Success.